There is something special about witnessing a perfectly animated fight sequence. There's a feeling of nervousness and excitement that other shows just don't produce. And it's the same reason why Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year. A compelling plot isn't the first reason that comes to my mind, but just the feeling that these shows create. In the Supercube, a Chinese anime did this for me twice with two incredibly animated fight sequences. By the way, I have no idea how to say the actual name for Chinese animation. Donghua, maybe? I'm just gonna call it Chinese anime. I'll probably get a lot of the characters' names wrong as well, but animation and action sequences were so well done that I had people saying this is what they expected Sakamoto Days to be, and also referred to it as the Chinese Solo Leveling. But I honestly agree. This is what I expected Sakamoto Days to be, just based off all of the hype that the manga had. I never read the manga, but after seeing the opening trailer and seeing the excitement from the fans who have been waiting for the animation, I honestly expected sequences like this show from that, and I just didn't get that from season 1. And I never really fully appreciated high quality animation until recently. After watching shows that it was just so bad, I couldn't ignore it. Because I was always someone who put the story and plot first, and I really didn't notice bad animation that often. It was very rare. But I mean, what was this? The beginning after the end really took things just to an entirely new level. And I actually watched this show right after that one. So naturally, I just compared the two. But anyways, even the story of this show isn't the best in the world by any means, but there was still something intriguing about it that kept drawing me in. And here's a quick glimpse. In the Supercube, you're introduced to a character whose purpose is to save Yao, a college student, from this group of people. He calls her to leave and prepare her. Then he leaves Yao with the watch and then goes to fend off the villains. And then we immediately jump into one of the craziest fight sequences you'll see. Like, when do we get animation and sequences like this? 5 minutes into the show. And then the watch winds back time for Yao, and now you also meet Zhe Xiao, the main character who's childhood friends with Yao. And now the story begins. The two friends, Yao and Zhe Xiao, end up confessing their feelings for one another while hanging out with friends. But a gang whose leader Sun Jun loves Yao ends up jumping Zhe Xiao and FaceTimes Yao, but in the process of this, Zhe Xiao actually falls into the water. And this is why they compare it to Solo, because then an alien cube takes over him and gives him incredible power, which saves him and transforms him into a god pretty much. The cube is powered by unique stones. The next day, the gang comes back looking for Zhe Xiao, but now he accepts their challenge. And this was an incredible moment because we haven't even seen the cube's ability put to use yet, and he's already confident. Like, there was no working his way up where he slowly challenges himself and realizes his power. He just immediately wanted all of the smoke. His cube is able to assess their combat levels and guides him through the entire game. After one guy stepped up and failed, the rest followed and also failed. And the fight scenes of this show are just seriously great. Not all fighting scenes in anime are able to bring me in, and then the lack of overall story I'm not able to get into those shows. But for this show, they nail it with the fight sequences. Another gang appears and also challenges Zhe Xiao, but they also fail. Now Zhe Xiao begins his new life. He searches for gems to upgrade and to gift to Yao, who he takes on a date. But things take a turn and Yao is kidnapped. Zhe Xiao is able to track Yao's position from the stone he gave her earlier, and this sets up season 1. We learn a lot about Zhe Xiao and his purpose and why he was chosen and what they want from him. But you're also still left with a bunch of questions. I hope I didn't spoil too much. I really just went over the basics of the very beginning, like the first quarter of the show, and I didn't go too much into the plot. There's still a lot of characters in between that I didn't mention. And the animators for this show just absolutely kill it and deliver some of the best fight sequences you might see all year. But I gotta say, Chinese anime really is next level. I haven't watched much, but the ones I have watched, like Link Click and then the Supercube, like, they're just so good. And Link Click has seriously one of the best stories you'll find. And the story for the Supercube, the story isn't great, but I honestly did enjoy it. It's pretty basic and sometimes predictable, but it was still good enough to keep me immersed in the show in between the fight sequences. And if this sounds like something you might be interested in, I highly recommend checking out. And the first episode is even on YouTube, uploaded by the animators. And this is my first video, but I plan on doing reviews, season recaps, and discussions for each season of anime. So if you're interested in that, drop a sub and comment down below what your favorite fight sequences from any show.